Well, guys, you finally have your Season 6 Lee Sin guide from yours truly. Before we jump right in, let me say that upon making this new guide, I really wanted to try and make it unique. Unique to how I play Lee, and unique in the sense that I wanted to try and give you original advice on top of the other important things. So sit back, relax, take out your notepads, and let's get right into it.
So we can be free.
For runes, I run three different rune pages. Rune page 1 is for when they have an AP mid or jungler. Rune page 2 is for when they don't have an AP mid or jungler, but do have an AP top laner. And rune page 3 is when their entire team is AD. And here are my masteries, which I'm not going to explain because we have more important things to get to. Alright, let's begin with his early game. So you're going to want to start Refillable Pot and Hunter's Machete, only getting 3 HP pots if you're against a Shaco with Ignite. Clearing on Lee Sin is absolutely essential to playing Lee and ultimately winning games. The way to clear efficiently and to stay healthy is by utilizing your passive optimally, which means getting 2 auto attacks off in between each ability before using the next ability, properly canceling animations and repositioning yourself while clearing to take less damage, and focusing the right monsters at the right time. If you're going to smite a camp, you always want to focus the larger monster first. And if you're not going to use smite, you want to kill the littles first. Make sure to smite before using the second part of your Q to maximize damage when clearing. And also, take notes of Krugs, as the little monster can be kited in this camp if you center the big Krug and orb walk around it, keeping the little exactly opposite of you the whole time. You will always focus the larger monster for Krugs. So now that you know how to clear efficiently, let's talk about what path you should take in the early game. I broke it down into 4 options: the full clear, the standard clear, the cheese invade, and the C9 rush clear. With the full clear, you'll start the Gromp, go to blue, wolves, raptors, red, to Krugs, using your smite on Gromp and red. This will get you an early level 4 and the ability to rush level 6 and make use of that power spike. I do the full clear whenever top lane appears to be a passive farm lane. The standard clear is simple. Go Gromp, to blue, to red, and then you have the choice of either ganking top, taking scuttle, ganking mid, or going for the enemy's second buff, or some combination of all of these. The standard clear is best done whenever you see a very aggressive top lane. The cheese invade is best done when you are on red side, but can be done on either side. Simply start the red buff, or Gromp if you're on the blue side, and then immediately head to the enemy's bottom side buff. If you choose this clear, you want to put a point into E instead of W at level 2. This clear is best whenever you are against a jungler with poor early clear or a lack of mobility. Lastly, the C9 Rush clear. This is a clear that C9 Rush obviously does, which is simply to go from Gromp to Wolves to Red and then early gank top. This clear is probably something you should only do if you have coordination with your top laner, but it will get you level 3 the fastest, and thus the chance at ganking top much faster. Remember that these clears can be mirrored on each side. I chose blue side as an example, but you can do the exact same thing on red side. Okay, let's quickly talk about his build. The way I see it, there's 2 ways to build Lee: Bruiser or Tank. If you want to climb elo, don't try to build any other way. The Bruiser build is warriors into Black Cleaver and Maul of Malmortius, the order depending on if you need early magic resist or not. The rest of your items should be some sort of tank item: Deadmans, Randuins, Banshees, Warmogs, Thornmail, and occasionally GA. For boots, I go Swifties if they have a lot of slows, Mercs if they have a lot of CC or magic damage, Ninja Tabby if they have a lot of auto attack based champions, and I'll only go CDR boots if I'm absolutely snowballing a game. The tank build will also start with warrior, but will go right from warrior into a tank item, Deadman's being the most optimal second item if you need armor, and Banshees if you need MR. The only real difference is you won't build Black Cleaver or Maw. Instead, you'll grab 2 extra tank items and maybe a utility item like Locket. Go Bruiser if you do well in the early game, and go Tank if you don't. So now that we got the less exciting shit out of the way, let's talk about how you can take your Lee Sin game to the next level. Now, if you watch my other videos, I give tons of advice on improving your game knowledge and just overall micro-awareness of every situation. So I wanted to kind of veer off of that and try to teach you some real mechanical tips. I always preach that you can't really teach mechanics, but I would be remiss if I didn't at least try to, because Lee Sin is a very mechanic-based champion. If you can't get his mechanical play down, you probably won't have much success with him. Just remember, it is on you to go out and practice all the mechanical tricks I'm about to tell you. Hearing about them alone isn't going to make you grip X. Let's start with ganking mechanics. We all know Lee Sin can make some pretty nifty plays to set up a kill, but often we overlook the fundamentals. The best way to gank without your ultimate is to lead with a ward hop, apply your E onto the target, apply your slow, and then save your Q for when they try to escape. Only lead with Q if you need to, as it's a lot easier to land Q when they are slow, and saving your Q allows you to stick to them after they try to escape. But whoa, Heizman, did you just ask us to lead with a ward hop? I can't ward hop like you do. Listen, man, I'd love to give you some incredible trick to ward hopping, but the truth is, I don't have one. I use normal cast on my wards, and my wards are binded to my 4 and 5 key, which is pretty far away from my W key. I don't use macros, and contrary to what some think, I don't use scripts. When it comes to ward hopping, I just want you to experiment. Find what feels right for you in terms of key binding and if you want smart cast on your wards, and then just practice it over and over. Repetition is everything. It's all muscle memory. Like Michael Jordan once said, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost 300 games, and I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot 26 times and missed. I failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. So if you want to pull off sick plays on Lee, I want you to remember that quote. You won't get better till you fail over and over, so stop hoping for some miraculous keybind. There just isn't one. But alright, you guys didn't click on this video to hear about the fundamentals or to listen to my cheesy quotes. You want to know the cool shit. Well, then let's talk about the cool shit. When you're setting up a gank on Lee, you can get pretty creative. One of my favorite moves is to walk into the brush, wait for the right moment, and then Q to a minion, ward hop to the target, kick flash. Let's call this ganking trick the fuck your safe positioning I'm a ninja gank. Let's take a look at this combo in action.
Only was a fever. Oh, sweat, hot-headed.
There's 5 pieces to this trick. First, you got to get into the brush without being seen. You might need your support to sweep or to place a pink. Second, pick the minion and wait for the moment. Don't pick a minion that's about to die or else you'll just kill the minion with your Q. Third, once you have the minion and the moment, you got to run the combo. And you want to do this fast because they're going to go into full retreat mode right away. So Q immediately to the minion, and then you got to pull off the ward hop. And make sure you're ward hopping as close to the target you want to insect as you can. Immediately ult the target from there before he can flash away, and then within the next 0.3 seconds, you gotta flash behind the target to redirect him to your team. This is gonna take some practice, boys. It's a quick combo, I know, but I promise once you do it once, it's like riding a bike. You'll realize how simple it actually is. But wait, what's the 5th piece? The 5th piece is to finish the play. Turn around and help your team take care of him. Don't forget the play doesn't end with the insect. The last ganking trick I want to teach you is called the
Surprise, motherfucker!
This one can be done in any lane, but I find it usually works best mid. This one is a little bit simpler too. For top lane, ward hop over this wall and kick him into your top laner. For bot lane, ward hop over this wall. And for mid, you'll want to ward hop over Raptor Pit. Keep in mind this combo also needs to be done really fast, so you gotta go in with a plan. I would say for a few seconds leading up to me going for these types of plays, I always visualize the entire play happening in my head first, and then when I go to pull it off, it seems to be much smoother. So we're already 8 minutes in, and I feel like there's still so much to teach you, so let's speed this up a bit. The QFRQ. A lot of you probably see me run this combo frequently, but why do I do this? Well, 2 reasons. 1, if you line up your Q on them properly and then flash ult them immediately, it suppresses them into place. They can't move, which ensures that your Q will hit them. The exact time it takes for your Q to get to them is the same time it takes for your ult to kick them away, so your Q will hit the target in perfect timing. Secondly, the second part of your Q does more damage based on missing health, so by kicking them first, you'll do a lot more burst damage. When you build Bruiser Lee Sin, this shit will almost always one-shot carries. Kick flashing, ward hop kicking, and Q smiting. There's not really a whole lot I can say to make you better at this, but I found that when I slow down my plays into super slow-mo and just analyze my mouse movement, you can kind of get a feel for what you should be doing with these combos. So let's watch a few of these plays in super slow-mo, and I want you to focus on my mouse movements.
The hollow sound is ringing where your heart used to be. Have you found that your admiration will never set you free? Get your life prepared, you're next in line for judgment day now. Are you praying? Are you begging that your anyone else?
Guess who it is? It's the best in the biz. Amber, be alert, cause they checking for the kid. Henderson, yeah, I'm back, just doing what I do. I'm bored with your games, I suggest you get a clue. Yeah, it's like they never knew, I can spit it so precise. Bet that I'm all up in their head like lice. I'll never take it back, I ain't taking your advice. And they know what I mean, motherfucker, cause I'm nice enough. Yeah, well, I got what you need, and it might sound conceited, but I would not concede. I ain't fucking with rucks, and I'm way out of your league. I ain't messing with your scrubs, yeah, that's word that I can read enough. So close, motherfucker, I can taste it. Y'all don't see the vision, you should get some LASIK. Feeling so good, you could say I'm on that May shit. It came from the heart, so that's why I had to pace it.
To have your name
Yeah.
scattered on the lips of the young. Now Now you claim that it's you on the tips of the tongue. And if you're proud of what you had to kill to get your thrill, well, I bet it stings to give up everything and realize.
Alright guys, before I end the video, I want to leave you with some philosophy. Because while Lee Sin takes a lot of mechanical skill, he also requires the proper mindset. If you're afraid to fail, then you're probably going to fail. Kobe Bryant. I think this quote sums up Lee Sin perfectly. If you're afraid of failing a combo, if you're afraid of being cult boosted, if you're afraid of the consequences of playing a bad game on Lee, then you're never going to be good at Lee. You won't become a better Lee Sin until you failed over and over, and I guarantee all the other big name Lee Sin players would back that statement. But that is the end of this video, guys. Please hit that like button if you found this video helpful. If you're new to my videos, hit that subscribe button. You won't regret it. And as always, crew, till next time.
How'd you get the password?